the last time someone asked how you were feeling? You probably said fine or okay and moved right along. But here's the real question. Were you actually fine? Or were you tired, anxious, maybe a little lost inside, but you just did not have the words, especially in English? Here is the honest truth that most English teachers never say out loud. The reason so many learners go quiet when feelings come up is not because their grammar is wrong. It is because nobody ever taught them how to talk about what is happening on the inside. The words for that quiet, heavy morning when getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. The words for that nervous, buzzing energy before something important. The words for those soft evenings when everything feels a little low and you cannot say why. If you have ever wanted to say more than "I am fine" and actually mean something real, this lesson is for you, because today we are not just learning English. We are learning how to speak the truth. By the way, I am Keela, and welcome to Keela English Podcast, the place where real English meets real life. I am so glad you are here with me today. Now, let us get right into it, because this is one lesson you will carry with you. So let us start with the most common problem. Most English learners have 3 or 4 feeling words they use for absolutely everything. Fine, good, tired, okay. And honestly, those words are not wrong, but they are a little like wearing the same outfit every single day. They work? Yes, but they do not really show who you are or what is truly happening inside. English has a rich, layered vocabulary for emotions, and the wonderful thing is that you do not need to learn it all today. You just need a few honest, powerful words and one simple formula that will completely change the way you talk about yourself and the way people understand you. Here is the formula. Hold on to this, because we are going to use it all the way through today. Right now, I feel because that is it. One feeling, one reason. It sounds almost too simple, right? But when you actually use it, something shifts. Your English stops being a performance and starts being a real conversation. It stops being about grammar rules and starts being about genuine human connection. Try it quietly in your mind right now. How do you actually feel in this moment? Maybe focused, maybe a little sleepy, maybe calm and curious. Whatever your answer is, that is your sentence. That is your English. Before we go any further, if this is already resonating with you, please give this video a like and subscribe to Keela English Podcast. Share it with a friend who is also learning, because the best progress always happens when you are not alone. Now, morning, because from the very second your eyes open each day, your feelings are already right there waiting. Some mornings they are light and easy and beautiful. Others are heavy, foggy, and hard before the day has even started. Both deserve a real sentence in English. And that is exactly where we begin. On a good morning, and they do happen, even when it does not feel that way. You wake up feeling calm and rested, maybe even refreshed, like your whole mind had a proper reset overnight. On those mornings, you might say, "I feel calm and rested this morning," or "I woke up feeling refreshed and ready today." Simple, honest, and clear. Then there are the harder mornings, the ones where your eyes feel heavy and your mood is already low before the day has started. On those mornings, you might say, "I feel tired and a bit grumpy this morning," or "I woke up feeling really heavy today. I just need a moment." Notice what we are doing here. We are not just saying, "I feel bad." We are being specific about the feeling. In English, that specificity is exactly what makes you sound natural, real, and genuinely fluent. Those simple, honest sentences say so much more than "I feel good" ever could. Now, here is an idiom I love for those mornings when your body simply is not cooperating. Under the weather. It means you do not feel well physically. Maybe your head is heavy, your throat is a little sore, or you just feel weak and slow all over. On those days, you might say, "I am feeling a bit under the weather today," or "I think I'm coming down with something. I feel really under the weather." Warm, natural, and exactly the kind of phrase a native speaker reaches for without even thinking about it. That one phrase will make your English sound instantly more real. But here is a question I know is sitting in your mind right now. Keela, what if I do not really know how I feel? What if my morning is just gray? Not good, not bad, just flat. That is a real feeling too. You can say, "I feel a bit flat this morning," or I am not really myself today. Feelings do not always need to be big and dramatic. Sometimes they are quiet and gray, and naming them honestly matters just as much as naming anything else. Before we move on from the morning, I want to give you one more phrase for those special jittery days when something important is coming. Butterflies in your stomach. That fluttery, nervous energy in your belly before a big presentation, an exam, or your very first real English conversation. You are not sick. You are nervous and excited at exactly the same time. You might say, I have butterflies in my stomach about my interview today, or I feel a bit nervous. I have butterflies. Any English speaker will understand that instantly, and it will make you sound completely natural. And just like that, morning is behind you. Now comes the busiest, most demanding stretch of the whole day. The hours when your to-do list grows faster than you can cross things off. The moments when your focus breaks and your energy starts to dip lower and lower. The part of the day when feelings stop being soft and gentle and start getting louder, heavier, and harder to hold on to. That is the afternoon. In the afternoon, emotions can stack up fast if you do not have words for them, quietly building until you arrive home exhausted and not quite knowing why. Stay with me, because we are about to give those feelings their names. So let us talk about stress, because in the afternoon, it is the most common feeling of all, and yet most English learners only have one phrase for it. I am stressed, but stress has layers and textures, and once you can describe those layers, your English becomes so much richer and more human. Let us start with the first one, on edge. When you are on edge, your nerves are close to the surface. A slow email annoys you. A small mistake feels bigger than it should. You are not fully overwhelmed yet, but you are close. You might say, I have been on edge all day. There is just so much happening right now. Or, I feel a little on edge. I really need things to slow down. Does that sound familiar? I hope it does, because that means you already know this feeling deeply. And now you have the English for it. Then there is overwhelmed, bigger, heavier. When you feel overwhelmed, it is like there is a huge wave of tasks and responsibilities, and you are very small, standing underneath it all. You might say, I feel completely overwhelmed with work today, or I am so overwhelmed right now. I do not even know where to start. That second sentence is honest and deeply human. And here is the beautiful thing. When you tell someone in English that you do not know where to start, they do not judge you. They lean in, they understand. That is what real language does. And then there is the deepest one, burned out. This is not just tired. Burned out means your mental energy is genuinely finished. Like a candle that has burned all the way down with nothing left. You might say, I think I am burned out. I have been pushing myself too hard for too long. Or, I feel burned out after this semester. I need real rest. I want to be honest with you here because I think it matters. I have felt burned out. There was a time when I kept saying yes to everything. More work, more projects, more lessons to prepare, because I thought that was how you show dedication. And then one day, I sat down to do something I genuinely loved and felt completely nothing, just empty. That is burnout. And the moment I had a name for it, in any language, was the moment I could finally talk about it and begin to heal. Words are not just for conversations with other people. Sometimes they're for understanding yourself. Now, not every afternoon feeling is heavy. There are beautiful moments too. One of my favorites is proud. When you finish something hard, speak English in a meeting, or do something you almost gave up on. That warm feeling rising in your chest is pride. You might say, I feel really proud of myself today. I finished something I found difficult. Or, I felt so proud when I spoke in English and it actually worked. Hold on to those moments. They matter more than you know. Feelings can shift completely in a single afternoon, from overwhelmed to proud, from burned out to hopeful. Every one of those feelings has a home in English now. In the final part, we bring the whole day home, and I have one last truth I want to share with you. By the time evening arrives, the noise of the day begins to fade. Your phone gets quieter. The to-do list stops growing. And in that silence, the feelings you have been carrying all day finally have a little more space to breathe. Evening feelings are slower, deeper, and sometimes the most honest of all. On a peaceful evening, you might feel calm, relaxed, and genuinely grateful. Maybe you finished something difficult today. Maybe you had a small, successful moment in English. Maybe nothing big happened at all. But you are here, rested, and that is more than enough. You might say, I feel really relaxed tonight, or I feel calm and a little grateful for today. That phrase, a little grateful, is simple, but it carries real warmth. It is the kind of English that makes people feel close to you, but evenings are not always peaceful. Sometimes you feel down in the dumps, low, sad, heavy, and not sure exactly why. You might say, I have been down in the dumps tonight. I am not sure what it is. Or, I feel a bit down tonight. I just need some quiet. And sometimes something truly hurts, a rejection, a disappointment, a friendship that shifted. For those moments, there is a phrase that says everything perfectly. It broke my heart. You might say, it broke my heart when that did not work out. Or it almost broke my heart to receive that news. And then there is loneliness. You can be in a full room and still feel completely, quietly alone inside. That is real, and it is more common than anyone admits. You can say, I feel a bit lonely tonight. Or, even when I am surrounded by people, I sometimes feel lonely. Saying it is not weakness. Saying it is the very first step toward connection. And sometimes there are those gorgeous evenings when you feel on cloud nine, purely, completely happy, a great English conversation, a kind word from someone you admire. You might say, I was on cloud nine after that call today, or I felt so proud and honestly on cloud nine. Now, before we close, here are 3 bridge phrases for those moments when you freeze in English, when the feeling is right there, but the words are not quite coming. You can say, I am not sure how to say this, but I feel, or the closest word I have right now is, or even, it is a little hard to explain, but I feel. These phrases do not hide your struggle. They show your honesty. And in any language, honesty is always beautiful. Here is a soft walk back through today. Morning, calm, rested, grumpy, under the weather, or full of butterflies. Afternoon, on edge, overwhelmed, burned out, or quietly proud. Evening, relaxed, grateful, down in the dumps, lonely, or on cloud nine. Every single one of those feelings is yours now, in English. And I would love to hear yours. In the comments below, complete this sentence. Right now, I feel, because write it honestly. No perfect grammar needed, just truth. If today helped you even one small step forward, please like this video, subscribe to Keela English Podcast, share it with a friend on their English journey, and ring the notification bell so our next lesson finds you first. I am Keela. Thank you so much for being here today. I will see you in the next one.